This is a book written here by a Michael Fitzhugh-Bell, okay, a true story. He was covered on Coast to Coast on 2/14/13. He's a targeted individual of what is known as organized stalking, which is also called gang stalking. He calls it organized stalking in his book. Okay, it's a pretty good book. I read it. I read about almost half of it. Okay, now I'm just going to go to one part right now. Make sure you look in the description of this YouTube video, because what I'm going to do is make another video concerning something else concerning this book. Okay, and the reason why I'm making this particular video right now is to tell you something concerning what's on page 121 and 122. Okay, now a huge tip is for the victim to make audible, verbal commentary from time to time while filming, or if you have a digital tape recorder. And the title of this chapter is Digital Voice Recorders and Video Cameras, the Great Deterrent, in reference to how when you're being gang stalked. Digital voice recorders, it opens up, and then digital video cameras. Right here, he's talking about when he's got his camera, when he turns it on and off, and when it's on, how he'll make certain commentary about where he's at, what he is anticipating might happen. Listen to this. On page 121 at the very bottom, it says, a huge tip is for the victim to make audible verbal commentary from time to time while filming, verbalizing what harassment you anticipate, okay, will virtually eliminate all public stalking and harassment, okay? And this behavior often involves spitting, menacing stares, mocking, taunting, laughing, flashing lights, honking, or giving the finger for all no apparent reasons. Now, see, what is happening to him, it doesn't appear that he's being hit with a lot of the sensitization methods that other targets are. He is experiencing organized stalking, make no mistake about it, and he is experiencing tactics that are used also against other targets. But what is happening towards me and other targets that I have seen online is that what they're doing, and I'm going to guarantee you right now, do not be misled by that statement, because it won't stop. What I do every morning before I leave my environment, I'm hiking in California because they stole my rent in Michigan. And I just got fed up with it after the last 5 apartments being gang stalked in the last 5 apartments. And this individual talks about how he's been through 6 apartments. Okay? 6 apartments that even stalked him to his parents' house. Okay? And it's basically nothing but organized crime that's in the system in every state. And what they're doing is using their employment descriptions to host, manage, and perpetrate these crimes. And it's also at the federal level as well. And it's nothing but organized crime that's in the system that's connected to the organized crime that's in the community. Okay? And the ones that are in the system are using their employment descriptions to protect it, help manage and expedite it, yeah, and to discredit the target concerning it. And since these expeditions are also using universities and public libraries and stores, this guy lucked out. He didn't seem to have any problems in stores with management or employees. With me, they are. And the reason why they are with me, but they've been doing it ever since the beginning, even before I knew what gang stalking was, in reference to me having a name for the crime. And he discovered what was happening to him was organized stalking and gang stalking the same exact way I did, by typing in certain keywords at a computer on the internet to try and figure out. I knew I was being stalked, but I didn't know what it was called was gang stalking, which is also called organized stalking. Okay, so after suffering through this open campaign towards me for 7 full years, actually 8, I finally started key in, you know, like when you go to a keyboard, keying in certain words, okay, in reference to a thing that had happened to me. And as a result, I discovered gang stalking. It happened on June 9, 2009, and that's exactly how he discovered what the name of what the crime that was happening to him. And he even mentioned it on the George Norrie Coast to Coast show on 2/14/13. Now, he flat out states that if you verbalize what harassment you anticipate, will virtually eliminate all public stalking and harassment. It doesn't with me, and it doesn't with other targets either, because I've seen a couple other targets' YouTube videos that say that they try to predict what will happen to them and then catch it, and it's not stopping it towards them either. But even though that is you know, there's nothing wrong with attempting to see if it'll stop it. But what I do every morning when I'm at this location, I'm hiking in San Diego, trying to save for a mobile home and possibly a lawyer if I can ever afford one, is I take a video picture of my cell phone, which shows the date and the time, just like I'm doing right now. And then I'll take the video camera that I'm using right now to make this video, and I'll make a statement concerning how I'll experience organized stalking or gang stalking sensitization methods around me, along all my routes, everywhere I go for each particular day, and I will state where I'm going for the day, okay? Or at least say, let's see if I hear gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalker, oh my god, gang stalking, oh my god, weird, crazy, gang stalker, along any or all of my routes, including transportation routes, okay? And then what I also state is that I'm wearing a digital tape recorder, which is attached to my undergarments on my chest with the microphone extending right below the neck collar. Okay, there's the microphone right there. And if it's said around me on the same date, but later on in the day, the tape recorder will reflect a later time, then the cell phone, then the cell phone showed you, okay, concerning how I took a video picture of the cell phone, it will show that I was stalked to these places for these sensitization methods to be utilized against me for me to see and hear. It's a clever way to make a person feel stalked by getting around a target and constantly repeating certain words, phrases, statements, physical gestures, or even sounds that they sensitize you to. And then they do nothing but use people that they have solicited to use for the day, usually achieved through slander, bribery, intimidation, threats, the prestige of an employment description like a probation officer, parole officer, police officer, okay? And they're told what to do in reference to, towards me, for me to see in reference to how they know where I'm at. And then they just place these people along my route for me to witness it on a non-stop basis every single day, everywhere I go. I have store employees, management, supervisors, people coming in and acting as patrons, and even the security guards of these plazas where the businesses are at, engaging in gang stalking, doing exactly what I predict. And if you don't believe me, look in the description of this YouTube video for cooperating YouTube video titles that you can copy and paste into YouTube to see just proof that I just uploaded this morning from 2 days ago. Yeah, which is just one small tidbit of proof. And after that incident that's in the description of this YouTube video, I left the Ralph's, where the evidence was caught at, went to a bus stop and was threatened by a homeless person. They use homeless people because they're hard to trace after an event. Now there's also additional information in here concerning him being gang stalked, and that's actually what I was looking for. But in closing, and I'm going to still look for it and then make another video, and that might be in the description of this YouTube video as well. But another thing he stated in this book, he stated that they entered his home and took the blinds off his windows and threw them on the floor. Now, in my last apartment on Monroe Street in Michigan, I made police reports, attempted to make police reports, and I was wearing a digital tape recorder with me when I approached the landlord about it, and when I went to the Dearborn police concerning it, about how they entered my apartment and took the blinds off the window and threw them on the floor. Okay? This is the fourth open thing that they have done to me that other targets have mentioned in books and on news broadcasts after the fact. In other words, the things that were done by me, to me, okay, were mentioned in blogs that were written concerning me, okay, that happened to me. Then, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and even almost 9 years later, people are writing books and being covered on the news, and in the book and on the news broadcast, what they're stating is exactly what is written in blogs concerning what happened to me in Michigan. Yes, and I've already got videos online concerning that, and if I got the time, because they got me so busy right now, it's pathetic, I'll put those YouTube videos in the description of this YouTube video as well, so you can see what proof I'm talking about. Also, an individual on February 20th, 2013, go to YouTube and type in 2/2013, learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass. I literally caught an individual admitting to me and a hidden tape recorder that a San Diego police officer put him on a corner to engage in gang stalking. I go, you guys are all the same, because even he says it in this book that they treat every target pretty much in the same way. Okay, and they no, what he says is that he said that they all use the same methods, which they do. Okay, and so and that happened within 45 minutes after I left the San Diego District Attorney's office, where one of the district attorney members officers implied that I was mentally ill because I told him that I was assaulted on an MTS bus, and that the fact that the MTS video was altered and that the San Diego police wouldn't investigate it, and as a result I felt that there was obstruction of justice and a possible conspiracy. And he said, from what you're telling me, you sound like you're mentally ill. Okay, I guess there's no laws concerning obstruction of justice. I guess the San Diego police don't have the highest criminal. San Diego Police Department is the first and most high-ranking police department organization that's got the most criminals in reference to police officers that have ever been arrested and sent to jail in the United States. Yes, conspiracy to commit conspiracy under the color of authority is a law that is directly dedicated to police officers in reference to them using their employment descriptions to obstruct justice or to commit a crime. Recently, a San Diego police officer just got put in prison for sexually assaulting quite a few women here in San Diego. That happened last year. So, you know, and so basically what it is organized crime in the system, and all you gotta do is go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on MTS bus." Look at everything in that video, then look meticulously at every single thing in the description of that YouTube video. Then go to Google and type in "learning disabled woman exposes how MTS video is altered," plus a USD professor by the name of Eric Pearson, who's a professor in communications, who specializes in videos and images, seen the video online and posted it on First Post. And every single person that's made a comment concerning that video, underneath the video, it said this is great evidence. So if everybody can see that it's altered, why aren't the San Diego police seeing that it's altered, or the district attorney's office? Why didn't they reply to 3 emails that I sent them concerning it? And then I leave his office, I go and catch 2 buses, get off the bus, and then catch a guy admitting that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking. In this video, and this audio recorder caught it. And that's uploaded, and you can listen to it by going to YouTube and typing in 2013 "learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass." And there's another YouTube video online that you can go to see that I caught 3 teenagers admitting they were put on a bus route, the very bus route I was assaulted on, to engage in gang stalking. That occurred on January 28, 2012. Go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass." Read comments. Okay. And the time span between those 2 confessions was 1 year. So how did they know if I wasn't being gang stalked from every single day between that time period, then how did they know where I was at? Okay, once I left the DA's office. I have undisputable proof I'm a victim of this crime. Over 500 audio files of gang stalking being said around me in the ways that I predict I'll hear it once I leave this environment to start my day. Everywhere I go. Everywhere. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth, so fellow San Diegoans, fellow La Jollans, and fellow Californians can know the truth. And the San Diego police will not make 1 police report, and the district attorney's office will not investigate 1 bit of it. And the reason why they won't is because they know the San Diego police was involved in it in 2006 as well, when I was out here between 1 and 37 days. And they also know that now 4 separate universities and the San Diego Public Library and businesses have been used to engage in gang stalking towards me. The system is using its law enforcement tools like the community notification to send out bogus community notifications to the community to get the community to harass targets like me for them based on slander and the prestige of their employment description in order to try and break us down. Yeah. You got to get this book, because this is one of the better books that I have concerning gang stalking. This is another book concerning gang stalking. It's called Electronic Torture, Electronic Rape, Technology and Gang Stalking at the Post Office by Jill Crinan. She's a postal worker. It doesn't sound like she's from the state of California at all by reading it. Now this is a documentation file concerning the Victoria Rose. Her location when she made this documentation file stated she was in San Diego, California, Chula Vista. Remote neural monitoring is listed right below her location, and everything she describes that happened to her when she was living in San Diego, Chula Vista, California, and her sister, her daughter, and even, I'm not sure if hers was the case where it happened to her granddaughter as well. Every single thing that she describes that happened to her and her relatives in this documentation file, Victoria Rose, okay, everything she describes in it is exactly what's described in this book by a separate target, to a T. and everything as far as the gang stalking, okay? I'm not going to say anything about the electronic resources that gang stalkings have in reference to me right now. But every single thing that is in reference to the gang stalking in this book, on this documentation file, and in this book, okay, have already been caught by me. By me. Now, as far as them entering my apartment in Michigan and taking the blinds off the walls and throwing them on the ground, I got that on tape recorder in reference to me attempting to make a police report concerning it. Ah, so how could me, somebody way back in 2010, go inside of a police department and attempt to make a police report, making those statements, okay, and then it being written the same exact way by a separate target 4,000 miles away in California? Because this target's in California, Palm Springs. He used to live in Beverly Hills, okay? To a T. He flat out states they entered his apartment, took his blinds off the window, and threw them on the floor. The same exact thing happened to me in Michigan in 2010. And I attempted to make a police report concerning it, and you would not believe what I went through in Michigan. Okay, I'm in San Diego, California. Look in the description of this YouTube video for cooperative material and YouTube titles that you can copy and paste into YouTube in order to be able to get a better understanding in reference to some additional proof. Okay, thank you, and have a nice day.